you ever have those days where you're like, I'm gonna do it all? Well, this weekend I skated, trained, did some adulting, and then I took a fitness class that absolutely destroyed me. Welcome to a weekend in my life. Hey y'all, my name is Jazz and welcome to my channel. I just finished warming up for the ice rink, so I feel pretty good. You can tell I'm a little bit out of breath, and I'm gonna be driving to the ice rink in my new car, which is so exciting. I just can't get over it. We're driving now. I have a car. Like, what? But let's go to the ice rink. Whew. My 1-foot spins were spinning today. Like, look how stable and controlled they are. And they're rotating so much. This one was less stable, but it was so fast. But then they started to get a little iffy. So I decided to try doing a 2-foot spin, and that transition from spin to landing was so smooth. Then I worked on my waltz jumps, which were flopping like crazy. But eventually, I started landing them again. They weren't perfect and looked more like waltz steps, but sometimes things have to look ugly before they get better. And look at that, they're already improving. My edges are looking cleaner and lasting longer, so I'm gonna take that win. Then I worked on my forward crossovers, starting with my clockwise crossovers because I normally neglect my crossovers on this side since they feel so awkward and unnatural to me. Can you relate? Which direction feels better for you? Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, can we take a moment to celebrate the control of these crossovers? Like, they look so stable and my extensions look good. Then I did them going counterclockwise, and I always cringe at the toe pickiness of the under pushes on this side. Like, why can't I have a clean blade push? Working on crossovers frustrates me sometimes, so I took a little breaky break and did some pancake glides. What do you do when you're frustrated with the skill? Okay, back to crossovers, but backward crossovers. I started with doing the version where I pick up my feet because that's what my old coach was teaching me. Then I moved on to doing the cut across version because that's what my new coach wanted me to do. This version has always felt much more comfortable to me, so I'm kind of happy my new coach wants me to work on this one, even though I still value the other version too. And I even worked on extending my leg more after the second push. And of course, I also worked on my crossovers in the other direction. After that, I worked on my landing position. I really focused on bending my ankle more and engaging my core and glutes to keep my chest and leg up. I need to work on pointing my toe though because that toe being down does not look good. My coach calls it sad foot. And I made sure to practice my landing position on both sides because I want to be a balanced skater. But also because I low-key want to be able to spin and jump in both directions one day. Maybe that's just the overachiever in me talking though. I don't know. Then I decided to try doing a 2-foot spin from a hockey glide because I saw it in a Coach Julia tutorial, but it didn't really work. And I also tried to do it from an outside edge, and clearly, I had no idea what I was doing again. But hey, look how long I held my landing position. Clearly, my practice paid off because it looks good. Then this girl approached me and we became friends, and I talked to her for like 10 minutes before I remembered I was recording. Oops. Okay, back to practice. I moved on to working on my forward outside 3 turns. I started with my left side, which was a bit rough at first. But then I finally started getting them to hold after the turn. It's just that I would find myself twisting out of the circle, which made me slow down and stop gliding. I moved on to working on my right side, and surprise, surprise, it was looking a mess as usual. But then I stopped working on them because my friend and I started talking again, but this time we shared tips. She was telling me that I need to just go for it when it came to waltz jump. So I tried, and well, it was still a waltz step. So I practiced it some more, and I was really trying to make it more jump-like, but that just made me flop even more. So she gave me some more tips and words of encouragement, and I gave it another shot, but then time was up and we had to go.
And that is it for practice.
After practice, I decided to do some off ice. I really want to get my street deduct, which is like a pistol squat on the ice, so I did some touchdown squats using the elevated curb. These are so difficult, but I really want to be able to do a sit spin one day, so it's important that I practice this.
If I tried that, I'd be in the emergency.
I tried that. I'm sorry, what?
If I tried that, I'd be in the emergency room.
This takes practice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they were so funny and sweet. It really made my day. But anyway, I moved on to working on my landing position. I really tried to focus on bending my ankle, keeping my chest up, my shoulders back, and my back engaged while lifting my leg up with my glutes. And yeah, it was very hard, but it really does help to work on these off of the ice. Ooh, by the time I was done with that, my glutes were burning.
Pizza and wings.
The wings from Chopper John's can be so small. I mean, like, how is that a wing? This tiny thing. How is that considered one of the wings? That's crazy. But the other ones at least look like that.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Cause we got laundry to do. Laundry to do. We got laundry to do. We got laundry to do. And I still gotta go to ice skate. That's why I'm just like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. This. Okay. Yeah, laundry.
Good morning. Today is Sunday and I have ice skating practice and a private lesson, but before I go, I have to take care of some things at home. Alrighty, so all the dishes are done. So now I'm gonna make some breakfast because it is 1:19 and I have to go to the ice rink for 2:30. My quick breakfast is pretty standard these days. It's usually some type of bar with string cheese. Right now I just have these Nature Valley salted caramel protein granola bar thingies. So that's what I'm gonna have. One of these with 3 of these. And of course, I'm gonna make some tea. I'm gonna let the tea brew for a while, but that's breakfast. Or I guess it's brunch because it's like 1:30. Whatever. That's my meal, I guess. Yeah. Time to stretch and warm up. If you made it this far, drop a skate emoji in the comments below, and also let me know if you warm up before you hit the ice, and if so, what you do to warm up. Alright y'all, I'm ready to go to the ice rink. I got my skate bag and everything, so let's go. My 2-foot spins are looking so fast today, and look at all the rotations. I'm really starting to see the progress with them. Yay! But my 1-foot spins are looking worse than yesterday. Like, they are just flopping all over the place. They slowly started to get a little bit better, but yeah, this was just another reminder that progress is not linear. I moved on to working on my waltz jump, and I was really struggling with them. They slowly got a little bit better, but my landing edge looked less clean today. Like, it would land much more on the inside edge and then switch to an outside edge instead of just landing on an outside edge from the get-go. So I need to work on that. Edges aside, I was trying to make them more jump-like than a step, and I think there is some improvement with that, so I'm gonna take that win. And then my coach arrived for a lesson. My coach and I worked on a lot of things from crossovers to 3 turns, but she also challenged me with these skate sequences. First, she had me do a backward crossover to a landing position and then a step forward, which is a backward outside C-step. I had never done backward outside C-steps before, so this was very hard for me. I was struggling to stay on the same circle. Then she had me do backwards pump, landing position, step forward, forward outside 3 turn. This was even harder because I'm not used to doing 3 turns with speed. And of course, I worked on these sequences in both directions. It's gonna take time before they look good, but I'm putting in the work and eventually this will become easy for me.
Attention skaters, this public session has concluded.
I didn't get to skate as much on camera, but I made a lot of progress today with my coach, so I'm excited. So that's the end of this.
Since I really struggled with these sequences, I decided to practice them off the ice while it was still fresh in my mind. I think a lot of people look at off ice as something you do for jumps and tricks and such, but you can literally practice most of the figure skating skills you want off of the ice. It helps so much and I highly recommend it. But I get shy every time people see me do this, especially when I'm recording.
Oh, thank you.
The next day, my friend and I went to a pole fitness class. We've always wanted to try pole, and I thought it would make me stronger and a better figure skater. We were having so much fun during the warm-up, but it quickly got really intense.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I've never taken a class that challenged me to this extent. Did I make it through the class, or did I give up along the way? Watch this video to find out, and to see how my skating progresses, watch this video right here. And if it's not up yet, hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and catch up with my progress in the meantime. Thanks for watching. Bye!